So the film, it feels quite like iconic. The second year, I sort of, when the movie sort of on and when I sort of left, it felt like the look of it, the dialogue, the names, everything about it felt like something that's going to be kind of ingrained now into kind of cinematic culture. I was just wondering about when you were in the movie, did you get a sense of that when you, because of the whole sort of look of it and the sort of the outfits and stuff, did it feel like it would go on to be something that would feel quite iconic?
I think it's a great title, isn't it? Yeah. Just saying, like, when you're Queen, it's going to be like, that can catch on. The simplicity of the title, I knew that decision in itself meant that you're more likely to, and then obviously Melina's aesthetic is iconic to me anyway, just like music videos and Insecure and stuff like that, so did feel that we was walking that path.
Yeah.
Even though the outfits are iconic, but you're a bit annoyed that your character picked out high heels and stuff, because I mean, you picked out a tracksuit, so you got to get, if you're going to be on the run, you're doing it in the comfiest clothes imaginable. I guess you had to wear,
I know,
the whole way through.
You know, I think that I was like, why can't I get one of Uncle Al's tracksuits? Yeah. But, you know, then it wouldn't have...
It wouldn't have displayed Jodie's core strength.
Yeah.
To be able to run in heels. So I'm happy. Yeah. Just how it exhibited her yoga balance.
Yeah, yeah. It was, like, very important that we saw Queen's skills.
Yeah. So, because I mean, the film, it feels like a remarkably American story, not just the initial encounter with the police, but even it's such a vast nation where you can hide in. I feel like in England, you get about as far as Colchester and the police would find you here. Whereas in America, it feels like there is so much, there's such a huge landscape to sort of get lost in. But just, how did you find being British taking on these roles? Did you find that just through your experiences working in America and being in America that you've got to understand the country and the culture more to take on these characters and live in this world?
I mean, I certainly did, especially because I lived there and I've lived there for so long. I felt like that I could sort of do honour to playing a role of, and you know, where we're embodying a script written by an American woman. You know what I mean? And the whole thing was about not bringing really myself into it, but you know, getting myself out of the way and being true to who Queen was. You know. On the page.
So when Melina shouted cut, did you continue speaking in your accents, or did you go back to speaking your normal?
Oh, yeah. I stayed in accent for the whole shoot, from the car in to the car out. I spoke in an English accent probably like once a week. Yeah. So we just stayed in it.
So what would you say, I mean, is the most common question you get asked as well, being a Brit in America? Because I've actually been asked a couple of times if I've met the Queen. Which is, so I've never. Did you find when you're sort of over there? Is there a continuous thing that most people want to know?
You spent more time there, so.
I mean, when I first was there, people would always be like, "Oh, tea and crumpets, pip pip cheerio." People would like say things like that to me, and I'd be like,
People say bruv to me now a lot. What up, bruv? What it do, bruv? I do that. Happens a lot.
I'm still waiting for Geezer to really translate.
Yeah.
Because Daniel, you've spoken recently about there being better roles for black actors in America than there are in America. I'm just wondering if you could sort of elaborate on that and why you think it might be that there are more perhaps nuanced roles or roles about in films that are dealing with race in the States as opposed to here.
I just think there are, like, Jude Law's over there.
Yeah.
Martin Freeman's over there. Yeah. Jonathan Pryce over there. Yeah. Everyone, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just a bigger market. Yeah. There's a bigger, you're dealing with, like, England's on 60 million population. They're like 330 million. Just that pool in itself, there's going to be more people that are behind the scenes that are telling stories that are just, there's just more platforms, there's more area, there's just more there. Doesn't mean that, like, one's better than the other. It's just that you just need to diversify your, like, I'd love to do something British, and it's about what the story is king. And it's about, like, working with people that inspire you and that help you grow. Yeah. And it's just, that's coming from that side now, and we'll see what happens.
Brilliant. Well, thanks so much for your time today, guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey